Whether you've left your job or you're starting out a new job as a nurse, this video will show you how I budgeted my paycheck every time as a nurse. And so if you don't know, I just quit my previous job and I haven't been paid any paycheck for over a month now. And so in this video, I want to talk to you about how much I got from my last paycheck and also my payday or paycheck routine as a nurse practitioner. And this system is what has helped me save, invest, and build wealth. And I want to share that with you today. First of all, if you're new to the channel, my name is Elaine, also known as Nurse Who Invests. I love talking about nursing and investing and eventually building the life that you want or I want for myself as a healthcare professional. So I recently quit my job. I had told about this many times in my previous videos. Right now, I am living in my sister's couch temporarily. And yeah, this is the reality right now. I just started my job a couple days ago. And like what I mentioned earlier, I haven't been paid anything since I quit last month. This is something that I have planned for, and there's really not much changes with the way that I had budgeted my paycheck. And so today I want to talk to you about having a routine when it comes to paycheck. I think that you should have a system in place if you really want to achieve financial freedom. A lot of people go about their lives or in their careers without any system. And I think that systems are essential if you really want to be able to be financially free. And the reason why systems are so important in having these routines is because it takes out that mental load of prioritizing investing and saving. What this means is just that automation really is a lifesaver. It takes out the mental load of doing all those things and making sure that you are consistent with your saving and investing. I also fully believe that you need to be paying yourself first. This is a principle that I have lived by since I started my financial freedom journey. And what this means is that I truly prioritize saving and investing before anything else. So whenever I get my paycheck, everything is automated to my investment accounts and in my high yield savings account to make sure that's a priority. And I do that even before I pay off all the bills and expenses. What I also think is that you don't necessarily have to do everything manually. I want to make your life as simple and as easy when it comes to saving money and investing money. And I think that a lot of these things, you can fully automate them. We're going to talk about that a little bit, okay? Let's go with my step-by-step paycheck routine. So for this last paycheck that I got, I actually, let's see how much I got paid. So I worked the full 80 hours and I have about 10 or 11 hours of PTO left that was cashed in. Unfortunately, with my sick time, I wasn't able to cash that out. I'm pissed about it that I wasn't able to cash it out. But apparently it's like a use it or lose it type of thing. So if I knew that, I would have honestly, like just a secret between us, I would have used a medical leave of FMLA because I have over 100 hours of sick time still left. But anyways, on my paycheck, let's see. So for my last paycheck, I received $5,023.85. And this is actually 70 hours of work that I have done. They did not pay me for the other 10 hours because the payroll manager thought that I did not work my last day. This is also why it's so important to check your hours, your time cards before getting your paycheck, because things like this could happen. They could mess up your hours. So make sure that you check that every single time. So what ended up happening is that she ended up doing another paycheck for me, another direct deposit the same week, but the end of the week, like a few days later, because she had to get it like processed. So in that 10 hours, I received $937.98. So this is like after taxes, this is after all the contributions, after all the medical and all that thing. So I budgeted this paycheck a little differently because I knew I'm not going to be paid for a full month before I start my new job. So let's first go through the step-by-step routine that I have with my paycheck. Number one is I said it initially or in the earlier part of the video that I pay myself first. So a certain amount of that paycheck goes to my 457B, which is my retirement account. I'm not going to go over like how much specifically goes to those accounts, but a portion of that, I think around 7% goes to my 457B. And then $500 of that goes to my Roth IRA. And then I did not automate any investment for my other investment accounts because I knew I'm not going to have money for a full month before starting a new one. So I needed that liquid cash to pay the bills and pay the mortgages and all that things. That is why I'm able to do the quitting of the job and all that stuff, because I have built my system in a way where I'm prioritizing my retirement and investments and savings before everything else. So pay myself first is number one. Second is then I cover my absolute fixed needs or expenses. Between me and my husband, I'm the one who pays for our mortgages because I'm the one who makes a little bit more money than him. And for our mortgage, I paid $3,400 for our mortgage. And then I also have paid off our car, I think last month, and that is around $750. And everything else, like all the bills, all the food, are taken out of my paycheck. So that is the second step-by-step routine that I do. The third thing about this paycheck routine is that everything is automated. Like, I kid you not, I don't manually do anything. Even my payments for my credit cards are all automatic. And I think this is a privilege that not a lot of people have, but I'm able to also automate my credit card bills. For my credit card bills, I did not really spend a lot last month. And like I said, I'm not gonna go over, maybe I'll have a video of like the actual numbers because I don't have it with me, but I pay off my credit card every single month. Like, I don't like to have credit card debt. I think back then I had made a mistake of piling up credit card debt and I got traumatized from that. If you watch one of my videos, like the money mistakes that I have made right here, having a lot of credit card debt is one of those. Like, after college, I have about $10,000 in credit card debt that I took a while to get paid off. And it's because of the interest that made it so hard to pay it all off. And after that, I'm like, never gonna have any more credit card debt. No more. So I pay off my credit card bill every month. They're all automated. The number 4 thing with my step-by-step paycheck routine is that I check my money every day. And believe it or not, this is one of the first things that I check in the morning, even for just a couple of minutes. Like, I look at my transactions, I look at the subscriptions that I need to cancel. I look at what I've been spending money on. And for some people, like, this may be obsessive, but for me, it is a way for me to be accountable with my spending. So I really recommend that you also download a finance tracker. I use Monarch Money. It's so good because me and my husband, like, we have joint accounts and we also have separate accounts for ourselves. And this is a way to combine our accounts together. That way we are both in the same page when it comes to our money. And I really recommend having something like this if you are sharing your finances with your spouse. So yeah, I make sure that I track everything. And you know what? I'm gonna be very honest with you and very transparent. I won't get paid until maybe a couple weeks from now after I have worked in my new job. And right now, the only money I have in my checking account right now is less than $1,000. But I have paid off all my fixed expenses, so I'm not so worried. This is how much I have right now. Oh, I'll probably put a screenshot. It's $932.32. And hopefully I'll be able to survive until my next paycheck. But yeah, but this is everything left after I have paid off everything. So the next part that I'm going to talk about is what I did differently with that last paycheck. I really shifted my priorities with this paycheck. Before this last paycheck, I actually put more money into investments and savings. Me and my husband, our savings rate is around 50%. We save 50% of the money that we make. But for that last paycheck, because of this whole job change, this relocation that we're doing right now, I had to have that liquid cash, which is not really much left anyways. I paused like my individual brokerage accounts temporarily. I know before we moved here or before I took this new job, my emergency fund is fully funded. And so leading up to the day that I quit that job, I actually boosted that emergency fund. Every dollar of this paycheck really reminded me of how far I've come. And back when I was starting out my career in nursing, I remember really living paycheck to paycheck. And it's nice to be in a place now where I'm able to really prioritize myself and my retirement and my future. And this is why you also have to build a system that will make you have this privilege and have this confidence to quit jobs, take big leaps in life, make this big changes because you have that financial stability. But yeah, so that is how I really budget my paycheck and how much I've made in my last paycheck and the changes that I have made to get ready to this transition. But yeah, if you want the actual numbers, I can make a video on that, but I'm not very particular with spreadsheets and everything. Like for me, as long as I'm tracking everything, I'm good and I know where my money is going and everything's automated. That is what matters the most for me. I love watching videos actually on YouTube of people having their spreadsheets and going through all their money like dollar per dollar, but unfortunately I don't really do that anymore. Like right now, this is also something that I got from being financially stable, is that like I don't really budget everything dollar per dollar. I think it's also a privilege to be in here where I'm able to just be able to see the full general picture of my money, where it's going, where it's being invested, that kind of stuff. But yeah, so I would like to tell you that having a paycheck routine or even budgeting is not really meant to be restrictive. It's not meant to stop you from being able to enjoy your money and live your life. But in a way, this is about being intentional with how you spend your money. And I think that having that intention and having that long-term goal is so essential to being really able to live the life that you want for yourself. If you're a nurse and you want to feel more in control of your money and you don't have to wait for big moments in life when you're getting big bonuses, you can just start with one paycheck at a time. Like having a system like what I have for myself right now, being automated, like those are like small steps that you can take in order for you to build wealth. Drop a comment down below. How are you currently budgeting your paycheck right now if you're a nurse? And if you want an actual like spreadsheet that I have used before, I don't use it anymore, but the zero budgeting template is what I have used before. I'm going to have a link in my description down below that you can download. This is for free. The zero-based budgeting is pretty much like it's a budgeting system where you give your dollar something to do all the way up to the $0. I used to do that before. It's a good start. If you want that template, it's going to be down in the link below. But yeah, hopefully this video is helpful for you. And if you like this video and you want to learn more about money, investing, and having financial freedom as a nurse, make sure that you subscribe to this channel. Stay hydrated, stay invested. I'll see you guys in the next video.